to A Poor Millionaire with your host, Curtis, A Poor Millionaire. I'm poor, but I'm still a millionaire. Who would have thought? Welcome to America. Welcome to America. In America, you can be poor and still be a millionaire. You can be a millionaire and still be poor. You don't believe me? Well, make $1 million, and then you'll find out that you live on a normal street, you drive a normal car, and you're still poor. There's no Lamborghini. All right. Obviously, first step though to a Lamborghini is to become a millionaire, a poor millionaire, and then save your money so you can become a rich millionaire. Today, we're talking about the Cybertruck. Yes, it's clickbait. I love clickbait. I click on all of them. I've watched a ton of videos on the Cybertruck. And yes, I put down my deposit for a Cybertruck. Am I crazy? Yes, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Cybertruck. This is a lot of people I've talked to say that's extremely ugly looking vehicle. And I don't know. I mean, it's like when I first looked at it, when it first drove on the stage, I was like, what the? I literally thought it was, I thought it was a joke, and I thought that underneath that square thing there was going to be another truck revealed, or Elon Musk was punking us, and he drove it out so quick. It's like he's like, "Hey, I'm Elon Musk, and here's the Cybertruck," and you're like, "Whoa!" You're like trying to breathe, and you could actually hear people in the audience like giggling and laughing. You know, Elon Musk is going, "Oh crap!" But then after you think about it and you look at it and you actually see it driving, that's the number one. Is you got to see it driving, and driving at night with those upper lights and the lower lights on, the whole light bar, the two light bars. You're just driving around and you see it drive up, and you're like, you know what? That looks pretty cool. That's not too bad. And then you find out that it's bulletproof, and you're like, a bulletproof truck. And then you find out that the glass is very tough. Now, obviously, they cracked it in the... that's every time they do something like this, I always assume it's a setup. Elon Musk had his top engineer, Hans or Franz, obviously German or something, threw a metal rock at it and shattered the window. And then he went around shattering the second window. And then, of course, Elon sits there the whole time in front of it going, hey, this is the new truck, you know, but he ran it really quick. He's like, blah, 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 new truck out, boom. I'm out of here. You guys screwed up. I think there's a lot more to that presentation that we missed. Why do I want a Cybertruck? I'm not sure I want a Cybertruck, but here's the thing, is like when Elon Musk first came out with the Tesla, number one, I like the name. I love the name Tesla. Nikola Tesla was probably one of the greatest inventors of all time. If you don't know anything about him, look him up, watch some videos. It is a very well-kept secret that Nikola Tesla was a genius. Probably the smartest man who's ever lived. Our entire modern world would not be capable without the genius of Nikola Tesla. I wish he'd lived longer and invented more stuff, and more stuff was allowed to come to market. So I love the name of Tesla. So right out of the gate, I love the emblem. I love the whole concept of electric car. I'm not 100% that climate change is you know, end of the world, and we should all cut down on, you know, breathing and farting and cow farts and all that stupid stuff. It just doesn't make sense. I don't think the evidence is there. I think it's all a scam. It's all a money scam to separate you from your dollars. But the electric car has grown on me. The first one, I was like, hey, it's a cool looking car. It's really fast. I like it, but it's expensive. And it's like, why would I buy that when I can buy a car that I can put gas in and I can drive anywhere in the United States on vacation. I can go anywhere I want, anytime I want, without having to worry about charging it. But over the years, Elon Musk has constantly promised crazy, wild stuff, and he's delivered. 9 times out of 10, he's actually delivered. So when he brings out this crazy bulletproof, shatterproof glass electric truck that has 500-mile range with 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. I've never owned a car in my entire life that can do 0 to 60 in under 5. That's, like I said, I'm a poor millionaire, not a rich millionaire. 3 seconds for a vehicle that large, with a 500-mile range, and carries 6 passengers and has a payload where you could actually put stuff in it. Why wouldn't you want one? Plus, I do real estate in anywhere, but predominantly my real estate is in the hood. So I drive in some seriously crazy neighborhoods. It would be, you know, I could see that I might need an armor-plated truck. But the flip side of that, obviously, being you don't really want to stick out when you're going into the those type of neighborhoods. So maybe I don't want an armor-plated truck. Well, I want an armor-plated truck, but I don't want to stick out. But hopefully after a couple years, they'll be everywhere, and then they won't stick out quite as much. But I think that's one of the reasons why I kind of want it, is because it is going to stick out. It looks like old-style Countach Lamborghini. So, but look at the math. I mean, it's basically the same cost as a high-end truck, but does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and has a 500-mile range. If Elon Musk can deliver this, why would you not want one? It looks crazy. I mean, if you drive up, I can imagine driving up to, let's say, a nightclub. I don't go to the nightclub much, but if I did decide to go to a nightclub, drive up to a nightclub and that thing, I mean, it's like driving up to the nightclub in a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. It's actually better than that because they see Ferraris all day long. Drive up and basically the Mars rover on steroids with double lights. And it's all chrome. People are going to be like, wow. Obviously, sooner or later, I think there'll be tons of these driving around. But still, it's going to make a huge statement for a very cheap price. It's the ultimate poor millionaire's car because it costs a normal amount of money. It's not 200 grand. It's not 300 grand. It's like the starting truck is 40 grand. And then the highest one is like 70 grand. Plus, it's auto driving. Well, it will be in the next couple of years. That's one of the things about Tesla. You know, one of the things I've always complained about vehicles is not being able to, they don't upgrade their software. Like the second you get it, it's out of date. Because like on a cell phone, your software on Android and on Apple, your software is constantly updating. You're constantly getting new software. Every single time that I buy a vehicle that has a navigation center, it's crappy when you buy it, and then it's useless a week later. And that's basically, there are no updates. And if there are, they're crappy updates. And touchscreens are horrible, and you pay like $3,000 or $4,000 for these stupid navigation systems that you never use, they never upgrade. And it's like the automakers are just laughing at you. It's ridiculous. So, that's why I say, that's one of the things I really like about Teslas. This constant upgrading their navigation. The car is getting better. It's getting better gas mileage. It's getting faster. It's getting more efficient. It's getting safer just by the software update. It's like a car that's a cell phone, and that's an interesting concept. And I wish more automakers would do that. Plus, also the new designs of just having just a tablet basically there, and no instruments and no doodads and stuff. We're so used to touchscreens now that a nice tablet right there with all your information in one place that's constantly being upgraded. It's constantly giving you the right information. It's constantly giving you routes to where you need to be, how fast you're going, how much charge you have left over. It's amazing. Why would you not want that? And then you put all this into armor-plated truck with shatterproof glass. I'm assuming that they're going to get that all worked out, and I know it's not going to be bulletproof because the bulletproof glass is like 4 inches thick. But it's going to be somewhat bulletproof. It probably stop like a small round, like a 22. It's not going to stop like a 9mm or 45, or obviously not a rifle. Even the outside skin's not going to stop a rifle. But you know what? Some protection is better than nothing. If you got paper thin truck that bullets are just going to slide through, or you got armored truck that at least stops some bullets or slow them down, which one would you pick? Man, I kind of like apocalyptic vehicles. Sci-fi apocalyptic. Can't say the word. Apocalyptic vehicles. Sounds like fun. I mean, who wouldn't want that? It also fits into my normal poor millionaire type thing. And I haven't really talked about that this much on this channel, but basically being a poor millionaire, you have to use your brain and in order to get to be a poor millionaire, you have to use your brain. You got to get more with less, constantly, more with less. Because you can't, all these people say, oh, once you're a millionaire, you can just go and just be like, it doesn't matter how much it costs. If you have to ask how much it costs, you can't afford it. That's ridiculous. Maybe billionaires can do that crap, but as a poor millionaire, I'm very aware of how much things cost. And I try to get the most bang for my buck every single time. That's how you get to be a rich millionaire, is you got to be cheap. Honestly, that's part of the process. On to the things that need to be cheap, like personal items and all the stuff. I mean, for business, if it's a business expense, a legitimate business expense, and you think it will make you money, then you pay whatever. If it's $10,000, it's $20,000, it's $30,000. You pay it. Doesn't matter. But if it's just like some fun new toy that you want, either A, don't buy it, or B, buy the used version, or C, buy a version that gets you all the enjoyment as someone who's paying 5 times the amount. Like one of my cars, I bought an Escalade a couple years back. I bought it for like $55,000. It was the cheapest Escalade for its year model that year in the entire United States. I bought it on a fluke. I was looking for a Tahoe, and I was going to get a new Tahoe, and I was like, you know, just on the off chance, because I was planning on getting an Escalade. I was like, I got to have an Escalade eventually. But I said, you know what? I can wait 10 years. I'll get the Escalade in 10 years. On a fluke. Looked it up. And I saw locally, I didn't have to drive anywhere. I didn't have to fly anywhere. The cheapest Escalade in the entire United States. And it was the right color. I was like, there's no way. I immediately drove out there, showed up, walked in, and I was like, drove it. And I was like, what's the catch? I mean, it literally was the cheap. I was like, I would have been stupid not to buy it. My payments were still absorbently large because it's basically brand new. And what's worse is I even went through and asked them to give me a free fob. I asked them to fix some dents. I asked them to do all sorts of little tiny things. And they did it. They did everything. They made it perfect. It was basically brand new when I drove it out of there. And it still basically looks brand new. You can't tell it. It's like a 2016, and you can't tell the difference of what it looks like versus any other brand new Escalade somebody's paying $100 grand for. And that was getting the most bang for my buck. It looks amazing. It's a beautiful car. All right, but it's got that navigation system that was completely obsolete the day it rolled off the assembly line. Literally. And then on top of that, it's like there's all sorts of little switches. You're like, you know what? If I push the mirror switch, wouldn't it be cool if the actual mirrors went all the way and stopped and I didn't have to hold on to it and wait and wait and wait for the mirrors to move? I mean, just little things that just piss you off every single day that you're like, why doesn't it fix this? Then the other thing is why doesn't it have different settings that figure out which driver's there and actually change the settings, like the radio settings, the air conditioning settings, the seat settings. Everything should change because every driver wants something different. One driver wants the radio too high. One driver wants the radio too low. One driver wants the AC on automatic. One driver wants it on non-automatic. It's just on and on and on. When you have a car that's completely automated, like a Tesla, and you're constantly doing upgrades, these are things you're going to do. Why not do it? It costs. It's just software. I mean, it's just you got a programmer, and once he does it programs it one time, then everybody gets to use that software, and it works across the thing. So, do I want a Cybertruck? Yes, I like large vehicles. I've always wanted an armored vehicle, and just for fun. No particular reason. I've never been shot at, so I don't feel like I'm gonna get shot at unless, you know, whatever. But still, though, why wouldn't you want an? I mean, who doesn't want it? I mean, it's like if you could drive a tank, you know, for a day or so, wouldn't you be like, yeah, let's do it? It sounds crazy. Let's do it. So, if Nikola Tesla manages to get this done, and he's done it 9 times out of 10, the guy's delivered. At least on electric cars. This whole SpaceX thing, don't even get me started. But the Tesla truck, it's crazy. It's absolutely lunacy. but it's cheap. It's fast. It's armor plated. It can carry things and it holds 6 people. I think you'd have to be stupid not to want one. I mean, even if it is a little bit weird looking, but here's the thing. Weird is good. Weird is good. You can use it for promotion. If you're promoting a business, you could use it for business promotion. If you're trying to promote yourself, you want to be a YouTube star, get you, obviously, do you a video. You know how many people have made $1 million, not a million, but $10,000 and get 1 million views? You be a good YouTuber and you have a good channel and you buy a weird Tesla car, boom, suddenly your view count goes up, your subscribers go up, and guess what? I'm going to do the same thing, but that's 2 years from now. Hopefully by then I've already got a ton of subscribers. But, you know, who knows? We'll see. Who knows? Anything's possible, right? Like I said, though, bulletproof, 0 to 60, 500-mile range, 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. Are you kidding me? It can tow things. It's got a truck bed. You can carry a refrigerator in it. You know what? I mean, I think I'll do, when I get it, I'm going to do a video. I'm going to put a refrigerator in it, not tie it down so well, do 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and see what happens to the refrigerator. I'm going to leave stuff in it too. I mean, seriously, let's do like a little Mr. B, you know, weird video. That's just crazy. I mean, that's since I've actually had that happen in my real truck. I didn't tie things down so nicely, and drawers are coming out as I turn. You know, cabinets. Had to go buy those cabinets again from a rental house. It's not funny when you didn't mean to do it. It might be funny when you do mean to do it, but we'll see. But seriously, why wouldn't you want one? It's crazy. Why? I mean, it's going to sell. Elon Musk is either mad or he's a genius. And time will only tell. 2 years from now, we're going to find out whether he's mad or he's a genius on the Tesla truck. And I think, you know, in hindsight and looking at it and everything I can tell, you know, this is the one time I'm going to bet on Tesla. Every other time I've said, nah, he can't make the Roadster work. It's going to fail. Company's going to go under. He can't make the S-Class work. Company's going to go under. He's going to fail. This is a fluke. He can't make the Model 3 work. He's selling 100,000 Model 3s a month. And he's selling them faster than he can make them. So, I mean, who's laughing now? He's doing it. He could be out of business. You know, you could be watching this video a year from now and he's out of business. And the Tesla truck, Tesla Cybertruck, is a complete joke. Who knows? Guess we're gonna find out. Hopefully, in the future, I'm driving my crazy bulletproof, armored glass Tesla truck, and I'm gonna put it on here. You know, you guys are gonna get to see that. And hopefully, if you pay attention to this video, this YouTube channel, and other YouTube channels just like this, you too will be rich and own your own Tesla Cybertruck, and you'll be a poor millionaire, or maybe even a rich millionaire, where you can own a Lamborghini as well as a Cybertruck, if you want, or a yacht, or private plane. Who can afford a private? I mean, who are these people that can afford private planes? That's really what. Do you have any idea? I've done the math. I was like, hey, because I wanted to be like, hey, I pick a famous rich person, and I was like, hey, I want to own their yacht. I want to own their private plane. I want to have their lifestyle and their house. I do all the math. It's like $100,000 a month I've got to make. Not only do I have to make it, I have to spend all of it. There's an only way you're going to be able to do that is if you're making like 200 grand a month. And that's got to be guaranteed income, because you have one bad month and you're screwed. So who are these people? Who makes this kind of money? Maybe somebody's watching it. Maybe you're one of those guys. Offer me a job. I'll work for you. If you're a billionaire, I'll work for you. I mean, who wouldn't work for a billionaire? Everybody's got their price. All right, so getting a Cybertruck, yes. You should get one too. And you should also subscribe, like this video, and put your $100 in, get yourself in line for the Cybertruck. That's also the other genius thing. He did $100 reservation fees for Cybertrucks. Yes, and he's probably done a 200,000 at this point. 200,000 times 100. Do the math. Genius. Like I said, the guy's insane or he's a genius. And at this point, I'm leaning towards he's a genius. Hopefully he's not insane and I didn't waste $100 in this video and my time dreaming about a armor-plated truck that does 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so I can annoy you with more future videos. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night.